Hi guys, I'm with my main man Toby Sindawa. We're gonna find out a bit about him, what he does. My brother here is an author of 2 books. This is one of them, Pushed by Passion, and we're also gonna be talking about some things from in here. You know, the whole concept, the whole purpose of this thing is just good vibes. It's just good things. You know, sending out good things on social media space, and you know, in whatever space we find ourselves in. You know, as young people, yeah, one thing we struggle with is starting.
Sure.
We often find that fear is a barrier, you know, and a lack of resource, and we just come up with all these excuses. And you know, especially in gifted young people, you know, whether it be music, whether it's someone who's supposed to birth a book like yourself, you know, just that overcoming that first barrier to start.
Sure.
What would you say about that?
I think everyone has fear.
Yeah.
I was afraid when I wrote my first book. I was scared, but I wrote it anyway. Even when I wrote the second one, you know, I asked myself, are people going to read it? Is it going to have the impact that I imagine it, you know, to have on the lives of people? But the key is to feel the fear and do it anyway. And one of the things that really cripples us when it comes to fear is this thing of they call it analysis paralysis. So you want to analyze the situation and you want to have perfect conditions for you to start. You want to have everything that you need before you can start.
Analysis paralysis.
Analysis paralysis. You can never come to a point where you are completely and perfectly ready for whatever it is that you want to do. You would never feel completely ready. But in the process, as you do it, you realize that you actually can. It doesn't need to be under perfect conditions. But just feel the fear and then do it anyway. Because we all have anxiety, we all have the fear. But the people who do it, they do it anyway.
And I also feel like, you know, as young people, our challenge is perspective. Our perspective of our circumstance or our situation is often what causes us to dwell on the fear and overlook the possibilities, the other side of things actually working out. You know, how important is working and developing a good perspective?
How do you maintain a positive perspective when everything around you says the opposite of what you hope for, right? The key thing is to keep people around you, people who have a positive perspective, people who have a positive attitude. It is in the books you read. Books can be very much important in uplifting your spirit, in encouraging you, in changing the way you see things, even the challenges that you encounter along the way. So it is very much important. And the other thing is listening to people who have done it. I love to speak about 3 groups of people that you need to associate yourself if you are going to be successful in life. It is people who are where you want to be. So I want to focus on that, and I think it's very much important. People who have done it, you know, they know the experiences that you are going through right now because they've been through the same. And they can be there to encourage you. They can be there to tell their stories. Look at their stories. They're very inspiring stories. So those are the kinds of things that would help you to keep a positive perspective.
Where do you draw the line between making a decision, Uguti, do I give up or do I persist? Because we tend to get to a point as young people where we've been trying to do something, but you can see Uguti, but this thing is not working out. Maybe it's not for me. And by giving up, am I being a loser, or am I going to find something better, or do I just persist to it?
It all comes back to why are you doing it. That's what will determine whether you quit or not. Because there is no point in doing something that you were not created for. there's no point in doing something that you're not created to do.
You're not passionate
For
about.
example, I'm going to make an example about this. At varsity, I started in engineering. I started in electrical engineering, but it wasn't for me. It didn't work for me. I passed my first year, but I wasn't fulfilled in doing it. Then I changed courses. To one person that might be quitting, but to another that might be just following your passion. And I think what is important is that if you are passionate about it, continue. But if you're not passionate about it, if you do not believe that you were created for it, if you do not believe that you were meant to do it, then there's no point. It's about purpose. What is the purpose? What is the reason you are doing whatever you're doing?
And what I'm getting from you is, it's also very important to understand that it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
You know, something that delays us a bit as young people is we tend to avoid discomfort.
Sure.
And we make things that are less embarrassing, less risky, you know, more comfortable.
Yeah.
And we don't exploit our potential to the fullest.
Sure.
And I believe
Wow.
I believe everyone is gifted, man. I believe we're all gifted on different levels. You know, but some of us don't fully transform that potential into, you know, into tangible or actual things because of the easy way out.
Sure.
Can we speak generally about that?
There is no growth in comfort. If you look at a baby growing, it is all about getting out of what they're comfortable with. When they start crawling, they get hurt. When they start learning to stand by themselves, they try to stand up and they fall. That's uncomfortable. It is painful, you know. So there is no growth in comfort, but growth happens in discomfort. So in the book, in the chapter on laws of motion, I quote a very famous evolutionist, Jean-Baptiste de Lamarck. We all know his theory of evolution. So he says, amen. So he says that when animals move from one environment to another, they encounter in the new environment, they encounter new demands. The environment demands out of them new abilities. They experience new challenges. They experience new competition in the new environment because they were not there. So now when they are getting into this thing, it's all new to them. It's uncomfortable. But it is in that discomfort that they develop new abilities. It is that discomfort that they develop new skills that enables them to survive in that environment. So if you are going to grow and develop, you need to be able to deal with discomfort. And if you get comfortable, you must know that you have stopped growing.
Something is wrong.
Yeah.
Not that you must always be unhappy, but you need to find yourself as a human being. You know, at a point where you are always aspiring, you know, to get better,
Sure.
to get stronger in whatever, not necessarily just physically, in your craft, in your health.
Yeah.
You know, and comfort has a lot to do with being stagnant.
Sure.
You know, in comfort there isn't much growth.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what we're talking about. Another thing, my brother, I've been sharing with you the concept of shameless persistence.
Sure.
You know, it is very important to back yourself as an individual.
Yeah.
And not always base your decisions around other people's
Yeah.
thoughts. The shameless element to persistence. You know, do you are you shameless because you just don't care what people think about you, or are you shameless because you've seen the bigger picture and you understand that they haven't seen the bigger picture? You know,
So,
because it's embarrassing to be doing something for some time and it's not, and it seems to not be working out. You know?
I like what you say. It seems.
Seems.
It seems, because that does not mean it's not working out. when you look at it from the outside, it looks like it's not working out.
Yeah.
But actually, if you are in the inside,
Yeah.
you know it's working out.
Yeah.
You are far from where you were yesterday.
Yeah.
And if you believe that you are meant for it, if you are passionate about it, even if the family is not as supportive, persist. Shamelessly.
Shamelessly.
Persist. There are going to be people who will support you along the way. It might not be people from the family. It might not be people you expect that they will support you. It might not even be people that you think they have anything to offer you. But there will be people who will support you along the way.
Definitely.
Sure.
No, thank you very much, my brother. Thank you for your time, man. I genuinely appreciate it. Blessings, my boy.
Good things and good things
Good
only.
things and good things only. So comment below. Ntobisi is going to help me pick the best comment, and
Yeah.
you will win yourself a signed copy of Pushed by Passion.
Yeah.
What's your Facebook page, bro?
Facebook page Mthobisi Kandaba Motivation, and on Instagram Mthobisi Ndaba, Twitter Mthobisi Kandaba. Find me there.
Get in touch with the boy.
Also
man.
check out my website www.mthobisindaba.co.za.
Good things and good things only.
Good things and good things only.
Hashtag Buddha Tapes Lifestyle.